I just did a Gustavo. A Gustavo. I'll tell you what a Gustavo is.
Gustavo.
I'll tell you.
I'll tell you what a Gustavo is.
Gustavo.
Gustavo.
Gustavo. Gustavo. Gustavo. Gustavo. That's pretty fun, huh? We should do that every morning. We have like a morning harmony. We should have a morning harmony, a harmonized. Where's no one here? Dude, did my notifications not go out? I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry, dude. Dude, I used coded languages and everything. Yes! Notifications went out. Maybe my chat's not working. Okay, let me refresh the chat. Huh. Oh, we're there. Okay, cool. Hey, everybody. Sorry, the chat wasn't working when I started it, but it's working now, so feel free to say hello to me now. I'm sorry. If you said something in the chat, I didn't see it, but I know that you're here. So, hello. I'm glad you guys are here. But let's go ahead and drink some coffee and maybe do some do a little bit of hanging out and talking some stuff about we're gonna be mentioning. I've got coffee, which is fantastic. Turn my fan off here. What's going on in Israel is it's a disaster. Let me mute this. What's going on with the crypto market? The whole market's crashing right now. Kind of exciting stuff. I'll show you that for a second. Here you go, just for a second. There it is. So you can see it's happening. You can see where those prices are at. Let me get the Discord off of here. There you go. Check those prices really fast, and then we will move back to... Where is my mouse at? Back to here. Okay, great. And just to let you guys know and give you an idea what's going on. Thank you for tuning in to the show, you guys. We're going to be discussing some current events that are going on around the world. They found some cocaine in the White House. It was most likely a visitor because they found the cocaine in where visitors have access. And it could very well have just been somebody playing a prank, wanting to see a news story flash across the screen and just get their rocks off on that. At the same time, they evacuated part of the White House for that. Because, when you find a packet of white powder, it could be some kind of a toxic poison. They don't know. So, and because it's the government, they want to take extra precautions. I wonder when they find, a package of white powder at the post office, if they evacuate the entire post office too. Or is that just the White House gets that special evacuation? Like, we're really concerned about them. We're way more concerned about our leadership than we are with just the poorer people. Just the normies. I don't know. I don't have a single hello or a salutation. I've got 3 chats up. I don't even have, what's up or nothing from anybody. Anybody? Nothing? Not even a hello? Come on, guys. In my chat. Is the chat working, man? It's so weird. People tune into this and they don't say anything. Well, I know that those of you that are coming over from Destiny's aren't going to say anything. You're watching on Destiny's and you don't have the ability to chat. So, 10 of you came over. I appreciate that. I like to have a little that's why I come here, to interact with other people, and I don't like to just sit here and, and these uploaders, not podcasters, but uploaders, they make a 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute video and then they upload it. They don't care about you. They don't want to talk to you. They don't even care what you think. Most of them don't even go back and read the comments of the material they put up. They're just doing their thing. Man, I'm giving you real-time live interaction with me, man. Not a lot of people will do that. You have the ability to have your voice heard, interacted with. I could hear a pin drop right now if my mom wasn't making such a racket in the kitchen. Nothing. Still, not even a hello. I mean, I could refresh the chat again if the chat's not working. But, you know, it says there's only 3 people watching across 13 channels. All of my viewers came from Destiny's chat. Every viewer I've got right now came over from Destiny. Because the people that are watching on YouTube and Facebook, I'm assuming you're not even real people. Because you're not even saying anything to me. So, shouts out to Destiny's chat and to Destiny. Thank you for having a wonderful audience that came over here. Appreciate you guys. I see you're on Kick. I see you're on Rumble. I wonder if you're on Twitch too. You're on Twitch as well. Huh. Every single person came from Destiny's chat. So weird, man. I know those notifications went out too. I mean, I'm assuming right now my chat's not working. But it does say there's only 4 of you here. Okay, I'll just go ahead and chat to myself then. Hello, me. Meet the real me.
Hello, me. Meet the real me.
There it is. It's there. The chat works on Kick. Maybe I should pull up the YouTube channel. Is anybody on the YouTube channel? The main YouTube channel with 25,000 subscribers. Oh, there's 2 people over there. I wonder who those 2 people are on YouTube. You could chat. You could say something. Anything. I'd like to just be, you know, given the illusion that people are paying attention to the show. It would be nice if somebody would say hi. You just came in, Harley. Don't fuck with me. Don't do it. You have done nothing but piss me off the last few days. So stop it. If you're just tuning in and you're wondering why I'm just sitting here, I'm waiting for someone to say one thing in one of my chats. I've got 3 chats open and not a single person has said a single word. So I'm just waiting for a single word from a human being. That's Kick, that's Rumble, and that's all the YouTube channels, all the Facebook channels, the Twitch, the Twitter, the Odyssey. It's 13 channels. Just say something in the chat. Anybody. One word at all. Can you guys hear me? Is my audio on? No, you're not going outside. You've been outside all morning. And somebody let you back in.
Not notified.
Can you hear me, Joel? Do you hear me talking to you? Fine, go outside. Go, go, go. Just go. Don't come back. Fucking pain in the ass.
E. Hear clear.
Does it sound nice and loud? How's it sound, man? How's it sound, man? Sound is good? How's it sound, man? Sound is good?
Francesco Moro. Morning, bro.
Good morning, late birds that missed the worm. Why does it take you guys? Are you not getting notifications? I got my notifications. I can't believe nobody said hello to me this morning. Nobody.
Normal volume.
Good, good, good. Have had to make some adjustments on the audio system because we were having problems playing that game 6 Days in Fallujah, and I really want to play the game and I really want the audio to work in there, so I had to make some adjustments.
It's early in the morning.
It's early? Oh, yeah, it's kind of early. What's amazing is this sound is on 1. I can't turn it down any lower without turning down my main volume. That sound is all the way down to 1. It should be quieter than that on 1. That is so stupid. It doesn't even make sense. So we just had a big drop in the crypto market. You guys can see it. It's not bad. It's not a bad drop. It didn't drop that far. I mean, shit. Harmony 1 is still above 1,300 right now. That might not last. But I'm not really trying to read into what's going on. I'm not really that curious about it right now. That's one of the last things on my mind, actually. Right now. I got a lot going on. And I hope you guys are doing good. Both of you, both Joel and Francesco, the two people that are here that can at least say hello to me. Joel and Francesco. Francesco, where do you live? Are you in the United States? And Joel, you live in Australia, am I right? Francesco, are you in the United States? Joel Froggy, you're in Australia, right?
Yeah.
Francesco, where are you at? All right, maybe Francesco left.
Moro. I live in Italy.
Italy! Right on, man. What city in Italy do you live in? Wow, man, you've been there your whole life? With a name like Francesco, it seems like it, right? You seem Italian. Joel, you live in Australia. What city?
Moro. Sicilia.
Cecilia. What province or state, Joel, are you in? Or city or town are you in Australia? Or big one that you might be near? Australian and Italian.
South Australia, Port Pirie.
Southern part of the country. Right on. I'm also in the southern part of my country. It's very hot and humid here. I bet you guys have a lot of beautiful vineyards where you live. You're in wine country? Francesco? Joel, were you anywhere near those fires in Australia? When you guys had those horrible fires? Was that like a year ago? Hey,
What up?
Chuckles.
Time to wake up with some purple haze.
What's up, bro? How are
Joel
you?
Froggy. In my state got few wine regoins not near bushfire.
Chuckles, man, you should get 6 Days in Fallujah. Have you been playing that at all? Me and Cyber are fucking totally hooked on this game. We're trying to get Iceman into it.
Good man, excited for Remnant 2 next month. Chuck Diesel. No, but I checked it out.
Well, you should buy it.
Chuck Diesel. Looks really cool.
You should buy it, bro. You can only have a squad of 4, and right now it's just me and Cyber. We're gonna only have room for 2 more people when we do squads. So if you wait, you might not be able to get in. I'm looking for 2 more guys that want to do this. Hopefully, Iceman.
Oh sweet.
Nick
Hell
doesn't.
yeah man.
Nick doesn't have a computer.
Francesco Moro. But now I'm on holiday in Naples.
You're in Naples? Right on. Yeah, man, we hooked up with some higher ranking guys, and we've learned a lot in the last day on that game. It was brutal, bro. It's a fucking brutal game. You just get the shit beat out of you at first. And then you start realizing the way to play the game, you know.
I was unable to find a bag today.
Bro, you don't have anything left? I'm sorry, man. God, that sucks. I'm sorry. What? All right. All right. Enjoy your workout. All right, love you. Drive safe. I was watching a podcast from a few days ago, or actually, I think it was from a few weeks ago. I was having a problem with my mom that day. You know, we were talking about it on the live stream. It's
None all day.
It's gotten better, you know, since then. But these kind of things, they go like this, you know? And then, before you know it, you've knocked your coffee over. Biden starts a proxy war with China. You guys hear about this one? You guys understand what sanctions are? I said proxy war. What I should have said was a sanction war, because that's what we started. We started a sanction war. I got the word wrong. But the sanctions are basically our proxy. And, you know, that's not... It's just our way of fighting without actually putting our soldiers on a battlefield. That's a proxy war. You get another country to host it. You get someone else to fight in your name. You give them the weapons, right? It kind of is by proxy, right? We're letting the sanctions be our soldiers. We're letting the sanctions fight our war for us. What are we doing? Well, we're getting into a computer chip battle with China. China has said they want to impose restrictions on American technology going out. Why? This all goes back to the fact that America used to outsource their computer chips from other countries. Now, I don't know. I heard that China really didn't have the capability to create these computer chips, but they were obviously helping or getting it from somewhere, doing something along those lines. I don't know. Whatever their sources are, they've obviously. I see a lot of electronics that say "made in China" on them. And wherever those computer chips are coming from, they ain't from America, right? And they might not be from China, but at the same time, America decided that they were going to cut China out of the loop whether it was electronic batteries or computer chips or something. And this was within the last 6 months. It's big news. America, Biden's going to create his own, and in conjunction with Elon Musk or whatever, they're going to create a chip factory in wherever, the hugest chip factory you've ever seen. And we're going to be making our own chips and blah, 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 blah. You guys remember all this? Well, China didn't really appreciate that because that's where China got a lot of their money from. They had the corner on that chip market. And like I said, it might not have been coming from them, but they definitely had access to the source, wherever it's coming from. And America decided to put an end to that flow of business. So China reacted by saying, hey, America's going to start putting out electronics now instead of us and try to put their, take over our slice of the market. We're going to put restrictions for the countries we deal business with on American electronics. Because that's the way it always was. America wasn't putting anything out anyway. Now, they're trying to move us out of the goddamn electronics business. China takes that as a personal threat. That's a shot over their bow, man. That's an act of war, bro. You might not look at it that way, but when you cut off a country's ability to feed themselves, it's war. Proxy, sanctioned, whatever you want to fucking call it. So what's America do? Oh, well, now we're going to respond to those restrictions with actual sanctions against China. And that's war words right there, man. That's war words. This is what happened with Russia. And now we're at actual war with Russia. It was sanctions. They were sanctioning us. We're sanctioning them, blah, 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 cutting each other off, trying to cut each other's pipelines off. Right? What ended up happening? Oh, now we're just full on at war. Well, guess what? We're walking down that same path with China now. Why? Because we have a fucking idiot for a president. That's why. We've got a fucking idiot. Oh, I'm Joe Biden. Look at me with my chest all puffed out. Look at me. And then he falls, right? Oh, look at me walking around with my chest all puffed out. I'm so tough. Dude, you're an old piece of shit. You're like a goddamn walking corpse. Are you fucking kidding me? One of these days you're going to puff your stupid chest out and your rib's going to break out of your goddamn chest. You're just going to decay right in front of us. So, the cocaine house wants a war. And you guys are going to have to fight it.
Haha.
And you're going to fight it with your money, with your tax dollars, and with your lack of freedoms taken away from you. Everything that you ever loved is slowly slipping out of your fingers. And you don't see it because we're all just a bunch of frogs sitting in some warm water right now. So we don't really care. And we're not going to do anything about it. And nobody's really going to warn you about it. And you're not really going to think about it. And no one's going to get out on the street and protest this fucking government over it. And we're just going to let the government start a fucking sanction war with China. Well, we're already in a sanction war with Russia. You think that's healthy? You think that's going to work well for the United States? That we've got the two greatest superpowers besides us against us. We're not working with China and Russia anymore. Now we're fighting them. So, now you know where we're headed. Now you know where this administration has brought us. And if you want to continue war, well, go vote for fucking Biden again. You want to continue this stupid lie that Russia's evil and that we're just defending the freedom of the
American
Ukrainians.
government sound like ass bandits.
Well said, Joel. They do sound like ass bandits. Something else. A judge is blocking the Biden administration from doing some dumb shit. And this is the same judge that blocked the Biden administration from doing mandates, vaccine mandates. Luckily, even when I may have even thought that that was a good idea, luckily there was a judge who was way smarter than me at the time. And now I've realized, yeah, mandates ain't the way to go. The threat of mandates did was we created a whole generation of anti-vaxxers. People that weren't even anti-vax before, they are now. Because we tried to ram a narrative down people's throats. And that never works. You just can't do that. You can't force it down someone's throat. And that's what a mandate is. We're right, you're wrong, and we're writing a law that you have to abide by what we perceive to be right. How'd that work out for you, Biden administration? That same judge that was appointed by Donald Trump is in a position right now to exercise their power again against the Biden administration, and they're doing it. This specific thing that's going on, I actually, at the top of my head, I can't remember what it is, but it's the same judge. I have to go look it up. I try to, it'll probably pop into my head, but
It political correctness.
I'm trying to remember what the Biden administration is trying to pull now, and the judge is like, no. They stopped it. But it was actually, I think it was something good. Where I was like, the Biden administration sucks. Luckily, this judge said no to this thing. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? I don't even know what I'm talking about. I could probably find it if I pulled up the internet right now, but I'm just like, I don't think anybody is going to track that. That's cool. It's okay if you don't. Well, say it has something to do with free speech. Something to do with controlling people's free speech. Yes! Yeah, it's the Biden administration. This judge just ordered the Biden administration to get the fuck off of social media. That's what it was. And I agree. Yeah, get your ass off our social media. Get the government off of fucking social media. What it was the Biden administration was picking who could post on social media and who couldn't post on social media. And this judge said, you can't affect people's free speech like that. It's not up to the government or Joe Biden, Mr. fucking Puffy Chest, to go out there and decide what's true and what's not. You were the ones that wanted to do vaccine mandates. You were wrong about that. Look where that got you. You ruined it for everybody. Your idea of a mandate ruined it for everybody, for the whole goddamn world. You put people like Jimmy Dore up on pedestals because of your moronic fucking idea. We live and learn. That's the problem. I can live and learn and grow and realize that yeah, I used to support mandates. I realized I was wrong. I realized a long time ago, that's wrong. We can't do that. I listened to the debates. You can't force people to inject a medicine into their body. That's bullshit. I totally agree with that. If we hadn't have gone so far, more people would have been willing to get a vaccine. That's a fact. And we had to keep pushing it. We had to put fucking Fauci up on a pedestal and act like he was fucking a god. Yeah, he went on every goddamn TV show out there. Put his face everywhere. God, I hope that motherfucker can't even go out in public anymore. I really do. I hope everyone makes his life a living hell. I remember that shit that happened with Rand Paul walking down the street with his little entourage, and he got surrounded by a bunch of people. And he thought he was going to get killed. And then they tried to pass laws that said that protesters can't be out inside people's of politicians' homes.
Health department inject me once a month with an injection.
What do you mean the health department? What? You got mandated vaccines at in Australia, bro? Every month? What are you talking about? Try to make some sense of that, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hair's looking good, bro.
Thank you, Jack. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. This is me completely sober, guys. Just so you know. 30 minutes in. You know, because I'm such an addict. I'm so addicted to my cannabis that I've been up all morning and haven't smoked yet. It's 9:30. I was up at 6. Worked out.
Court order antipsychotic once a month.
Oh, dude, that's different, man. I'm glad you're on medication, and I hope that helps you. I hope it helps you, bro. I mean, if the court felt that you were that bad off, man, that's a different kind of a mandate, bro. If you were causing harm to yourself or other people, or threatening to, I can understand. And do you feel like the medicine helps you, bro? Or what are they doing to you? Is it like a lobotomy? Did your dick still get hard? Let me know, man. Let me know what's going on. I need to know if your dick still gets hard, bro. I need to know if all your bodily functions are functioning the way they're supposed to. I wonder what they're giving you, bro. What are they injecting you with? That's fucking scary, though. Nick, hey, what's up, man? I'm about to do a dab. I'm about to do a dab. I'm so glad you guys are starting to show up, man. I was really worried this morning when I went live, notifications went out, and nobody would say hello to me for the first 10 minutes of the show.
Don't work, but I sleep a lot. Feel like zombie. Paul reply done. Palmitate 150 milligrams.
I don't even know it. I've never even heard of that stuff, bro. Shit don't work. It makes you feel like a zombie. What were you convicted of some crimes, bro? Did you do some violent crimes over there?
Show.
Willie Bragg!
Good morning, at May's Garden.
Willie Bragg! Good morning. I'm so glad to see you. Good morning, my friend. We're talking about what happened with Israel, what happened with China and Biden administration, what happened with they found cocaine in the White House. Now the White House finally earned its name. Hey, what do you mean? You're going to throw a coke party and not invite the president? Hey, what are you going to do? You wait for the president to leave and then you throw a cocaine party? What are you doing? Everybody gets a bag of coke except for Biden.
Tomorrow. I think I will go to the sea.
Will you go to the sea? You're going to go to the sea? You're going to go check out the ocean, bro? I hope there's no plastics floating around in there. Microplastics, macro, mini plastics.
Not really, but it has been from a couple of arrests and my mom says I have to take it.
Not really, but it has been from a couple of arrests. Were they violent?
The Willie Bragg show.
Did you commit?
I am awake, and I saw you online.
Did you commit a violent crime, Joel? That's what I'm asking you, bro. What were your charges, man? What did you do? That they would mandate antipsychotics for you, bro? It's crazy. No pun intended. I'm so glad that we can casually talk about your psychosis here, though, bro. That's why I'm here. I am not a medical professional, that's for sure. But I am curious. Oh, man. Hey, I got it. I got the hair out of my stuff. Look at that. Look at this. Looking at you. Looking at that. Looking at this. Hey, let's get high. Willie Bragg saw me online. Hell yeah. Okay.
Assault and property damage, but the assault I never done, and I was victim of home invasion. That one got put on this stuff.
Assault and property damage. That's weird, bro. That's weird. I can't imagine them putting you on an antipsychotic for just a basic crime. You weren't acting like a psycho. I mean, I don't know. I would need all the deets. Can one of you guys please go to kick.com/Naysgarden and subscribe to my channel? I'm down to 68 followers. I want to have it at 69. I just need one person to go to kick.com/Naysgarden and go follow my channel. I'd greatly appreciate that. Get me back to 69. Thank you. Because a guy left me because he says I'm unhappy. Yeah, I am unhappy. That's a fact. And if you can deal with that, man, then, you could subscribe to the channel and get me back to 69. I appreciate it. All right, no law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody.
Show. We are all unhappy at some point. Joel
Dude,
Froggy.
I had a million reasons why I was unhappy.
It started in 2008 that when got first put on injection but have had drug-induced psychosis. I've been on meds for that.
I'm sorry, Joel. It's terrible. How long do you have to stay on these meds for? Do they give you like an exam and see like a test, like a physical? To test your, what is this supposed to be for the rest of your life? I thought a vaccine mandate was bad. Holy shit.
Until they shut up about me.
Until they shut up about you. I don't know what that means. But what Willie said, we're all unhappy at some point. I got a million reasons. I was like, I live in a world where Donald Trump can be president of the United States. You think I'm happy? I live in a world where people won't take a vaccine because they're all scared about mandates and masks and all kinds of other misinformation that they've been fed. You think I'm happy? People reject science. You think I'm happy? People think there's UFOs. You think I'm happy? I'm not a happy human being when I'm surrounded by a bunch of humans who believe in bullshit. Ron DeSantis became the governor of Florida. Do you think I'm happy? We could go right down the line, man. Jimmy Dore has over 1 million fucking moronic followers. You think I'm happy? While he spouts lies about vaccines and has morons on his show that are fucking liars and sits there with his thumb up his ass and doesn't say anything to debunk these morons. You think I'm happy? He's one of the biggest podcasters to ever give me any attention at all. And he turned out to be a douchebag. Do you think I'm happy? Fuck no, I'm not happy. Being in a great relationship, living in a beautiful home, and having everything I ever wanted, not enough to make me forget about how shitty the fucking world is. I'm not in a bubble. I wish I was. I see a lot of people, they seem like they're in little fucking bubbles. Most of those people stopped watching the show a long time ago. They just can't deal with that constant barrage of reality. And, maybe I need to be more like, Joel and get injected with something so I just don't think about it. But I got to give this to Joel. He shows up here almost every day, even with that fucking bullshit injection. I got to give him credit. He's fighting it. And that's good, bro. I'm the anti-fucking psychosis medicine they're fucking giving you. Who knows what the fuck they're thinking? $2008, bro, and you still get one every month. And you're free to roam around. You're not in a prison cell. They just, this fucking drug they give you once a month. What the fuck, dude? And it lasts for a whole month?
I don't want stay on it, but does help.
It does help. If it helps, why don't you want to stay on it, bro? What does it do to you that makes you not want to be on it anymore? You hear voices and shit?
No, live at Mum's.
You live at your mom's house? Does she give you all the freedom you need? It's crazy. Bro, yesterday I was depressed. Last night I was depressed. I started the show and I started feeling a lot better. Today, I'm just fucking pissed off. You know, I just watched the news and I'm like,
It's
what
like
a
being a
stupid
patient
world.
in hospital.
Really? Damn, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm kind of glad you told me all this, man. Because
Show.
I remember when you and I
Mussolini Joe Biden is Ron DeSantis. Orange Joe Biden is Donald Trump. The real Joe Biden is George W. Bush.
The real Joe Biden is George Bush. Mussolini Joe Biden is Ron DeSantis. Orange Joe Biden is Donald Trump. You're so funny. Oh my God. Well, I would say this, Willie, at the Willie Bragg Show on YouTube. I would say that we're frogs in warm water that's slowly starting to boil. And if we don't jump out of this fucker quick, we're all dead. No, none of us will be safe. Every single one of us is going to fall into a marginalized category. I already do. I'm already in a marginalized category. So that means everybody else is too. We're all fucked. And this was the point, was to go after all of our freedom. Now, while the right claims that the mandates were the left's way of going after our freedom, the right's way of going after our freedom is to marginalize entire groups of people, like
Orange Joe Biden
LGBTQ,
came
like
from
women,
James Fauntleroy
like
from
African
the
Americans.
Show.
Orange Joe Biden. Jay Buffont. Yeah, you know what? He is one of the only other, I believe he's in the Revolutionary Blackout Network, right? He's one of the only other ones there that ever said, was nice to me and talked to me on a podcast.
Joel Froggy.
Some of those guys hate me.
And I've had 5 COVID injections since 2021. Bonsai House.
5 COVID injections?
Morning. Yeah, you were missing a few apps on your operating system yesterday. My marginalized category is cis. Ha 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 ha. They found a way to marginalize normal men. Ha 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 ha.
Exactly.
Hoot in hell. Morning nay. The Willie Bragg Show. RBN.
Yeah.
The Willie Bragg Show. James is my favorite.
James won't talk to me. James, wait. Are you? Oh, that no. James won't talk to me. Jay will. He won't talk to me. He won't acknowledge me. It's hilarious. Ignores me on Twitter, ignores me on the podcasts. That's why I stopped watching them completely. I was like, dude, if the guy's not going to communicate with me, you know?
Show. Why?
I don't know. I disagreed with something he said. I tried to talk to him on a podcast. He wouldn't pull it up. He wouldn't address it. But it was a long time ago, man. I stopped watching them a long time ago.
Show. Sorry about that.
Why are you apologizing for something someone else did, dude? You don't have to apologize. Some of those people are really good, man. You know, I stopped watching Sabby because she was covering the goddamn royal family. I unfollowed her. I'm like, really? Really? You're covering the fucking king? Really? Fuck that shit. I've got a very distinct, a very specific, call me finicky. But if I see somebody covering some shit that I fucking hate, I will just stop watching them.
House.
You know?
Anyone named James is full of themselves because it's easier to write Jim. But they waste an extra 2 seconds to sound like a British lord. A complex of sorts.
Boom! Willie's like, dude, what the fuck, man? Willie, how do you feel about
Show. I met Sabby Sabs at the Assange event last year.
I'm sure she was just lovely in person. She seems like a very nice person. What do you think about Nico House, bro? And I'm going to explain to you what happened with Nico House and why I stopped following him a long time ago. I'll just throw it out there. About the time that I realized that Tulsi Gabbard was a fucking Republic cunt, that was about the time that Nico House started working for her. And I already had a problem with Nico.
Nico House is a bit eccentric.
Dude, he's ignorant to facts. He's blind to science, to data, to shit that's right in his face. I mean, that woman was a complete right-wing Republican all along. And he couldn't see that. He decided to go work for her, and I was like, dude, you what a suck up. You're a fucking bitch. I was like, whatever his in was, you know, it's just like I see Kurt Metzger, you know, running with Jimmy Dore. You get a lot more respect. I have a lot more respect for all the people that walked away and separated themselves from Jimmy Dore, and I'm one of them. Graham Elwood, Ronnie Placone, you know, they've come and gone. Lee Camp, Tim Black. I still watch those guys.
Show. Apply Tim Black and Nico House don't get along.
That's funny. We both mentioned Tim Black at the exact same time. How weird is that? Isn't that funny? Everybody that's walked away from JD, I have a lot more respect for. Fucking Kurt Metzger, I'm just like, you got to sit there and say shit that you know is not true and act like, you know, sometimes he tries to push back a little bit, but he just tries to make jokes about his pushback so he doesn't piss off Jimmy. And I hate that suck up bullshit. You know, that's what I saw with Nico doing to Tulsi Gabbard. When you start going down a path and you've got your blinders on, I can't trust anything else that you fucking say. You gotta see the truth everywhere it is, not just for your fucking narrative. And with Nico House, it was fucking narrative, bro. With Jimmy Dore, it's fucking narrative. You know, I lose complete respect for these people, man. I'm looking for people who can take it on the chin and say, hey, man, that's right. That goes against my narrative, but it's true. Great, man. What, Joe Biden sniffs kids? Yeah, Joe Biden sniffs kids. You're going to go vote for a fucking child sniffer? You're fucked up. mother doesn't like that. He sniffs kids.
Military service. My favorite political pundit is Stuttering John.
Mine is Baba Booey.
The Willy Bragg Show. Tulsi
Thank
Gabbard is
you, Mom.
attractive, and I think that is why some lefties still like her.
Because she's attractive.
Marie's gonna need some help, Ben. Blue stuff. The nurse is coming between 12:30 and 1 o'clock. I should be home by then. Okay, but I just wanted to let you know, okay? I'm getting ready to leave now. She's gonna take the garbage and dump it for us, but she needs help getting it into her car. Could you help her with that?
Marie?
Marie.
When?
Now. She's out there right now. I'm gonna move my car right now.
Dude, the lady that works for us is taking our garbage and throwing it in a dumpster for us, bro. She's fucking awesome. I'm gonna go help her throw it in her trunk. I'll be right back. Alright? You guys talk amongst yourselves in the chat. Where is she parked at? Mom, where is she parked at?
Show. I am cured of Tulsi Gabbard simping.
Let me know.
She's gonna move her car around right now.
Right now.
Show. I used to like Tulsi Gabbard, actually wanted her to be Bernie Sanders' running mate, but I got disappointed when she dropped out and endorsed Joe Biden instead.
Alright. We're back. We're back. Yes. All right. I'm cured of Tulsi Gabbard simping. I'm waiting for it to get you from JD simping, bro. That's gonna be my next move on you. I got to get you listening to Debunk the Funk and Back to the Science on YouTube. And this RFK Jr. bullshit.
Show. I have a feeling she supports Robert Kennedy.
Dude, why do you and I say the exact same things at the exact same time, Willie? It's so fucking funny. That's the second time. We both mentioned Robert F. Kennedy at the exact same time. So, I like that. I like the way your brain works, son. JD is an advocate for anybody who backs up his anti-vaccine rhetoric. And he's got these massive blinders on when it comes to that. And that alone makes him fucking dangerous. Because if he's willing to ignore facts around vaccine technology, science, and the data that's out there, and he doesn't even realize that these people that call themselves doctors, they're all debunked and they're all laughed out of their profession. Oh, but it says DR in their name. Too bad somebody can't just come along and say, you're not a doctor anymore because you're lying to people. You're putting lives at risk. You're not a doctor. You had a Hippocratic oath.
Show. At Nate's
Right?
Garden,
So they're all in
everyone thinks
violation
I
of
am
it.
a Jimmy Dory stan.
Yes.
I am okay with him most of the time, but occasionally dizzy with him.
Dude, I can't even
Bonsai
watch him. I
House.
can't trust him.
Best pundit of all time was Dan Rice the Clown. Died a millionaire by selling his likeness to the government so he would stop swaying elections. They later used his acquired likeness for Uncle Sam.
I can't trust him at all anymore. Because he's a fucking liar, dude. He's a fucking liar. Jimmy Dore is a fucking liar. And he's an anti-Semite. Did I show you that? You know Jimmy Dore has a sock account called Two Coats, right? And you know that the fucking anti-Semitic fucking convo couch, Fiora Isabella, put up a tweet. We talked about this, right? Put up a tweet. It said that the everyone knows who runs Hollywood, and Jimmy Dore retweeted that from his sock account. And so I called him out for it on Twitter, and you know, we went back and forth, and then he blocked me. You know about that, right? It's one thing to hate the way fucking Israel treats Palestine, but to hold all the Jews of the world against it,
for the treatment,
and to claim that the narratives that we see in Hollywood, or who gets a job, or whatever the fuck, is based on who Fiora Isabella perceives. This is such a fucking anti-Semitic trope, bro. Runs goddamn Hollywood. It's borderline Nazi, bro. And it's totally anti-Semitic.
House. Jimmy Dory is an opportunist.
Dory.
If comedians made money in the pandemic by selling Jinsu VES, Jimmy would wearing a kimono right now.
So while I agree totally with what Jimmy Dore says about Medicare for all, what he says about, you know, the left and the right being pitted against each other, this two-party system is a joke. I agree with a lot of what he says around those things. But I can no longer stomach listening to a guy who lies about so much other shit. You know, based on his own, what he believes to be a narrative. If Joe Rogan cut his penis
off, Jimmy would be changing his name to Jenny by Friday.
Fiora Isabella is a fucking cunt. I just need to get that out there too. If I've never actually said the words, there it is. Put that in any context you want. I mean, there's opinions and then there's fucking liars, you know? And I think about the way she tries to play that 2020 election bullshit
Show.
narrative.
Anna Kaparian is a birthing person.
I know. I guess Varian. Emma Vigilant is a fucking cunt. But I loved what she did with Tim Pool. I loved how she completely
Jimmy
destroyed
is such an
Tim
asshole
Pool.
that he had to
See,
pick a fan to be his wife.
I could give someone
he
credit.
can't score a woman by being himself. Speed dating, online dating, or with a wooden club.
You had to pick a fan to be... Oh my god.
The Willy Bragg Show. I hate Emma Vigilant.
Vigilant. Yeah, bro, I do too. But she fucking destroyed Tim Pool. She did. She completely took him down and destroyed him and made him look like the little tiny person that he is. The little poorly drawn South Park character that he is. Poorly, came out of the cloner at 75% as a South Park character. Oops, didn't finish baking him.
Show. I do, however, AE with Emma Vigilant on transgender rights.
Yeah, there's going to be opinion on that. I have, my whole thing is about, why Destiny got banned from Twitch for saying that he felt that transgender women shouldn't be participating in women's sports. Where are you and Emma on that? I think that's an excellent opinion, type of debatable, I think that is a subject that's totally up for debate, and I like to see where people are on it. I wonder where you and Emma are. Where's my lighter?
Show. I support trans women in sports. The Willy Bragg Show. Equality is not a special right.
No, that's not what I said. Trans women playing against women in women's sports. So let's say I want to go trans. What's the word? I want to transition. I want to transition into a woman. And then I want to go play UFC in women's UFC. At what point should I be allowed to go beat up women, bro? At what point should I be allowed to run a race against women? Or,
Magender Schmender. Trans folks seem to really want us to know they are trans. As if the chest hair didn't give it away. I get it, let me watch Rambo in peace already.
Some do, Billy, but not all. It's you just group the whole bunch of all trans people together, and I just don't think that's true. I think there's a few of them who make themselves more visible that do that. Absolutely, but I don't think that's fair to the whole trans community. That comment you just made. I mean, you said seem to, but then you said really in all caps.
Hello.
Hey, POG, what's up? This should be an interesting response. This should be an interesting response from Willie. I'm waiting to hear back. So I'm like this, right? This is how I'm built,
Military service. I support transgender COD players.
right?
Pog. Stonks. The Willy Bragg Show. I have a friend who is a transgender woman, and she said there are guidelines to go by. There's an evolution where they can participate. If Jesse Ventura said he is a woman, I would not believe him.
I have a trans friend. Is that science, bro? I love it. Listen, the fact is, transgender women have already taken advantage of women in sports. Okay? We've seen it. You can act like you don't see it. You can act like you ignore it. But the fact is, women have their own division separate from men for a reason. We don't have to go over those reasons because I feel like an idiot telling you what I know you already know. This to me is so black and white. And while, yeah, we could say it's debatable, in my mind, it's absolutely not debatable. At all. You want to have a transgender male that was male that transitioned into a female go play a chess tournament with women in a women's sporting event. I would ask you this: men versus women chess tournaments. I'm sure they have them. I'm sure.
Show. I won't cancel anyone over a difference of opinion on this issue.
The greatest. No, I wouldn't cancel anyone either. I'm just saying, to me, it's not debatable. The greatest chess players in the world, are they men or are they women? With one of them transition to a woman, would it be fair for them to go into the women's chess tournament and play them? We're not even talking about physicality. We're just talking about the gender that dominates
like
a sport. And
same story there.
Chess is a sport, It's a competitive game. So would that constitute a sport? I think it does. You're physically moving the pieces. Ugh. So if you think it's fair to do that, I would say that maybe that would be anti-woman. Not, I guess the correct term is sexist, but that doesn't sound right to call Willy Bragg sexist. I know that's not true. But it feels anti-woman to me. It feels like you are okay to stand by and let someone like me, who's built like me, that's got muscles, and says, hey, you know what, I kind of suck at fucking UFC fighting with dudes, but I bet you I could get the shit out of some women right now. So why not just go transition? Become a woman. I'm going to transition to a woman, and then I'll go join a UFC tournament as a woman. I wonder how I would do. And that seems... You said there's no equality? Then why are there women's and men's sports separate right now? Willie? There's no equality? Why are there junior sports? If there's no... Why are there baseball that's professional and semi-professional? Or what do they call that? Non-professional. Why is there non-professional and professional baseball? Minors and majors. But you said equality doesn't matter? There is... What did you say about equality? Think about it. I mean, if there's no equality, then why are there handicaps in golf? If there's no equality, then why, whenever there's runners set up around a track, are some of them ahead of other ones? And while other ones are set behind? I mean, you said there's no equality. What was the statement you said? I got to go back to that. Equality is not a special right. In sports, it seems to be. It seems to be in sports. And I'll show you an example. Maybe not in basketball, because some of the people in basketball are really tall. It doesn't seem equal to me, and there's no compensating for that. But when runners set up to run around a track, and the inner track is shorter than all the other ones, that runner is set back behind the run that's on the outside, right? Because he's got further to run on the outside of the track. But you said equality, again, I'll go back to it, equality is not a special right, but it certainly is a special right in sports, isn't it?
Show. Equality is not a special right. Some cisgender women can beat the hell out of strong men. Bonsai House. The best question was toward Mike Tyson. Should a woman be allowed to Mike Tyson? Short answer is yes. If she meets his weight class and stats, it's on. Naturally.
Why are there weight classes, Willie, if equality isn't... Why are there weight classes? Why don't we see a featherweight fighting a heavyweight in a boxing match? So my point is there is equality in sports. And you want to take that out. I say this, if those people that have the physicality of a man want to play in a sport, let them play in men's sports. Like you said, you just said it. There's cis women out there who can beat a man. You just said it. So a trans person shouldn't have a problem getting into a sport with other men, right? Because there's women out there strong enough to beat a man. You just said it.
Show. Whatever we may think of Tulsi Gabbard today, she can probably beat the heck of some 300-pound men.
Right. Probably. Maybe she couldn't do anything to a 300-pound man. At all. Maybe her fists would just bounce off of him. Maybe she couldn't even reach his face. Do you ever think about that? How tall is Tulsi Gabbard? You think she could reach a knockout on a 300-pound man? Let's say the guy's 6'9", and he's 300 pounds. Basketball player. Shaquille O'Neal. Dude, I don't even see that happening, bro. On a great day for Tulsi, I don't see that happening. It doesn't. You're jumping through such a fucking long hoop to get to where you're going, and you have to literally deny facts. That there's no equality. That's bullshit. I just told you 10 different ways in sports that there's equality. So there is equality. You want to make it unequal. You want to see trans people go in there and dominate women. I would ask myself why you think that's fair.
Show. Tulsi Gabbard is a physically strong woman. Gosh, I want to see her naked. Bonsai House. PSH. My wife throws around 200 pounds hillbillies. Picks them up like laundry bags. Nurse.
He didn't say 200 pounds. He said 300 pounds. I couldn't even pick up a 300-pound man. Are you kidding me? I have a problem enough picking up my 75-pound dog.
House. Easy there. Eesh.
I mean, you're having to make such a long leap to say that a woman, especially the woman Tulsi Gabbard size, is somehow capable of fighting a 300-pound man.
Willie. Ha 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 ha.
It's just a matter of time before a 300-pound trans woman decides to enter any sport and dominate it. For the money, for the fame, to have the plaques on the wall, like other people do for sports.
Show.
And you're okay with that.
How about gender-neutral sports events?
Bro, that's an answer. See, that's what I'm looking for. Of course. Of course. Yes, gender-neutral sporting events and the people that want to enter into that can. But as far as a women's league, no, trans women cannot enter into a women's league. They need to start a neutral sport league for every sport. That's an answer. It might not be the right one, but it's a step in the right direction. It starts a conversation, whereas we're no longer denying that there is a problem here. The problem being that some giant trans woman can go into a women's sporting event and dominate it. That's a problem. And it's not equality at all. And that's not what sports... It's not what sporting is about. The
Willie Bragg Show. The Sweet S.
Sports are about... The sweet spot. Sports are about equality. They are about equality. I mean, wow. They're totally about equality. When you really think about it, there's so many different ways that things are equaled out. So many ways they try to control that. This is just another one, and it needs to be addressed, and it should be addressed in a large, gigantic public forum. And number two, Twitch needs to let fucking Destiny back on Twitch and unblock him for having this conversation, because it's okay for people to have a conversation about something. I don't care what the subject matter is. We want to talk about Israel-Palestine. We want to talk about what's going on with sporting events and trans rights. Hey, social media platforms, get the fuck over it. We want to talk about COVID regulations and restrictions, mandates, masking, elections of 2020. We want to talk about all of it. Let us have our fucking voices back, man. Stop trying to control the narrative. Stop trying to control the speech. That goes for Elon Musk as much as it goes for Mark Zuckerberg. Especially the fucking cunts at YouTube, man. You agree with me about Destiny? Dude, free speech, baby. We all got the right to say whatever we want. You've got the right to come in here and disagree with me about trans stuff, and I got the right to sit here and try to convince you otherwise. I think that these things need to be addressed.
Free speech 100%.
These things need to be addressed so that we can continue on with trying to make the best out of the little of what we have left here, man. As it gets hotter and hotter and the fires get worse and the ocean gets more acidified and the sharks start moving in.
Neither of us are Matt Walsh on that issue.
No, bro, of course not. We love the trans community, you and I both. The entire trans community. I love them all. The LGBTQ, everybody. I love everybody equally. You want to talk about equality? I love everybody equally. And it's like Billy made that comment before about, a specific, and I said that you can't just group the whole group.
We do.
That's how I want everyone to be. You should be able to call someone out, like this Dylan dude for the Bud Light thing, without attacking the entire trans community, without attacking the entire LGBTQ community. The reactions at the Walmarts and the Targets, it was horrendous. It was embarrassing to be a human, to see people ripping down LGBTQ flags and complaining about clothes and, little babies wearing an LGBTQ flag, and some little baby clothes said queer all over the clothing. Yeah, this is wrong, and people shouldn't do that. And when you push the narrative too far the other way, that's not going to help either, man. But we have to have these conversations so that people know how people think about this stuff and where people's minds are. We are here to help, man. That's for damn sure. Get people talking about it. Maybe come up with solutions. God, wouldn't it be nice that everybody can agree on? I mean, we did Special Olympics, right? We got Special Olympics. Can I go get into the Special Olympics and go compete against the competitors in the Special Olympics? Of course I can't.
Leave the kids out of both.
Why can't I compete in Special Olympics? Why can't I compete in Special Olympics? I once broke my arm. I once broke my collarbone. I once broke ribs. I once broke my neck. Yeah, I can walk and talk and do everything now, but what? Because I'm out of my neck brace now, I can't get in there. I'm no longer considered eligible. That makes sense to me. That makes total and complete sense to me. The same reason that I can't compete in a Special Olympics sporting event should be the exact same reason that a transitioned woman can't
I do know
compete
one
in
vegan
women's
that
sports.
doesn't rub it in my face. The rest do though. Wait, there's just the one, so 100% of the vegans I know keep their mouth shut about it. Never mind.
We're just not, we're not going to hold the whole group responsible. Am I gonna hold all Jews responsible for what Israel just pulled in Palestine? Is it all Jews' fault? I've got a friend down the street. She's Ukrainian. Should I blame her for what happened in the Donbass region in 2014? And let me tell you something. She didn't give a fuck about the Russians that were getting slaughtered in that region. Just so you guys know. You want to know how Ukrainians feel about that? Ask one. The anecdotal single Ukrainian that I spoke to, she told me that those people deserved to die. That conversation didn't last very long. Anyway, I've had this sitting here for a while.
Whenever I criticize Israel, I go out of my way to explain that this is not an attack on Jewish people.
Of course not, and it shouldn't be. I want to attack Judge Clarence Thomas and, maybe talk some shit about a couple of the dudes on RBN and Nico House. It doesn't mean that I dislike African American people. We were just on that topic. And I don't hold all African American people responsible for the fact that Nico House, couldn't tell that Tulsi Gabbard was a flat out Republican. It's not all of theirs fault that he's a fucking idiot. And he is a fucking idiot. And whether he's an idiot or he's just blind and he's intentionally pretending that he doesn't see shit, just like Kurt Metzger has to pretend he doesn't see shit coming from Jimmy Dore. I know Kurt's smarter than that. Kurt's way smarter than Jimmy Dore. But he's making money, man. He's getting paid. He's getting his face out there.
Condence Owens sucks because she's Condence Owens, not because she's black.
No, it's actually... That woman is a complete contradiction of what she is.
When I was in middle school 18 years ago or so, we had 3 girls who wrestled and played football with the boys.
Cheers.
They did all right. Not one boy played a girl's sport, officially. We had dominated it.
Right. That's cool. That's cool. Who now? That would be different than one of those guys from that football team going and playing against a whole team of girls. It's kind of like reversed roles there.
Show. I love Brianna Joy Gray by contrast because she is never wrong, and because she can become my wife if she wants to be.
Oh, she's fucking wrong, bro. Brianna Joy Gray, she gets a lot of shit wrong. She's a fucking doofus. Oh my god. Ugh. She's another anti-vax moron, anti-science. She'll believe fucking anything. She believes RFK Jr. Dude, did you hear her latest on RFK Jr.? Come on. She's never wrong, you said. Oh, God. She looks horrible in yellow. She'd stop wearing her hair on top of her head like she does.
House. If she's EY, she contrasts everything you put her next to. The Willy Bragg Show. Whenever I am depressed, her eyes and
great.
smile lights my day.
Ah. That's funny. Yeah, I don't have that much love for that girl. But the dude that she sits with over there on that show, The Hill or whatever that was, he looks just like
Show.
Anders.
I have a crush on her.
I can tell. Looks just like Anders from Workaholics. Hey man, you think I could get one of you to join my Kick? It's kick.com /
Show.
nays.
Are you familiar with Shoe on Head?
Yeah, I know who she is, but I haven't listened to her enough to know what her positions are on anything. If one of you would please go to kick.com / nays garden and get me to 69 followers, I would greatly appreciate it. It's at 68 right now. I need one more person. Here's the link right there. If you just go there and click follow, thank you so much. That would be great. Get it to 69. Especially if you already have a Kick account, which you should. All of you should be on Kick. If you haven't checked it out yet, kick.com. But yeah, try to rock me a follow over there.
Shoe is a social democrat, a civil libertarian, and part of the online dirtbag left community. Restream.io. Congratulations. You've received 100 messages today with Restream chat.
Right on. So why do you ask about Shoe on Head?
Show. I always liked her. Joel Froggy. Have you heard any news about Leo Messi in Miami?
I don't know who that is, Joel.
Show. I am always curious about other online leftist opinions of her.
Oh, I'd have to start watching her. Does she cover anything interesting
Had a
lately?
cone of resin desperate for a bong.
Had a cone of resin? Did you just now? I hope it doesn't give you a headache. Is she on YouTube?
Show. She's got a series called Hell's World on her channel. Start from the one from 2020 to the present.
Oh my god, dude, how many videos do you want me to watch?
Joel
I just
Froggy.
want to see her latest shit.
Yep. The Willy Bragg Show. Shu is on YouTube.
Oh no, dude, no. This stuff
Big
doesn't.
show.
No, man.
5 or 6, I think.
No. That you're kidding me, bro. You're kidding me. Oh my god. My let me tell you what my issue is, bro. The content, the subject matter is exactly the content that I refuse to watch on YouTube. I have no desire to watch her or anybody like her that covers that Sneeko or any of the fucking red pillars or any of the people that run in Destiny's world that want to discuss relationships and sex and dating and what constitutes a high value male or a high value female. Absolutely none of that is the content that I wish to consume, my friend. I want you to know that. She's the exact embodiment of what I do not want to watch. I literally go out of my way to not watch that stuff.
Show. She talks about frivolous stuff sometimes.
Yeah, that is a great rundown. It's a perfect adjective to describe frivolous. Frivolous is a great word.
Show. Her political content is hard-hitting though in my view. Then again, I just like watching her.
Yeah, I just wouldn't be able to stand the bullshit in between. So it's like I have absolutely no desire. You know, when Destiny does these, I forgot what he calls them, but he has a bunch of people on and they eliminate each. You ask the audience who's going to leave, and they got to kick.
He signed with Inter Miami, playing his first game on July 21st.
They kick someone off every like 15 minutes or 20-minute segment until they're down to just a few people. I fucking
the Willy Bragg show.
Fucking hate that shit.
She stop hanging out with Vosh.
See, Vosh is a fucking cunt. You know, these are just, it's like, I am so far away from that realm, bro. I am just not interested in that at all. Vaush is a complete disaster. See, we were watching this thing about...
Show. I hate Vosh.
Oh my god, bro. It goes beyond hate for me. Oh my god. It's just like the fact that that so many people want to watch him is what blows my mind. You know?
Show. I am not a debate bro, but I would destroy Vosh in a debate.
Really? See, that's the thing, is I don't know a lot.
Joel Froggy. Inter Miami should have good season this year.
I don't know a lot of information that would really help me out in a kind of debate that, and I don't even know what I would be debating Vosh on. I mean, his support for Ukraine in the war. I mean, that would be a position that I would be against. That's what I got into a debate with that Dylan kid. Fucking Mr. Goddamn Ugly Tat kid.
Your local. I think the one good thing is that he debates lesser known content makers. Dylan Burns suck too.
Yeah, Dylan, that guy. I have nothing to debate. I really don't. I once debated this guy and he won the debate for me. The guy I was debating made my point for me and then admitted as much because he made the point. It was a debate on no law regarding cannabis. You know? There should be no law regarding cannabis. He says, I want to debate you on that. I was like, that's great. He was a lawyer. So we went back and forth for maybe 20 minutes, and then he goes, so what you're telling me is the laws that are passed to enforce cannabis prohibition and control do more harm than the cannabis itself. And I go, exactly. And he was like, well, we don't have much more to talk about then. He says, I totally understand. Isn't that funny? I was like, I'm going to remember that one. That's a great point. You know? The laws do more harm than the cannabis does. The cannabis isn't doing any harm at all. You know? Jeez Louise, man. I know somebody that's got a problem eating. They've got it's kind of hard for them to eat. And they use cannabis to make them hungry. And check this out. Certain strains of cannabis don't do it for them. Other strains do. And I used to sell this girl cannabis years ago. And she would tell me, if you have an indica, she goes, those would really help me a lot. So that I could eat. Because she didn't have an appetite unless she smoked. So, don't tell me that cannabis doesn't have a use. When someone has a problem not wanting to eat and they can smoke cannabis and it makes them put food in their body so they can live, don't put a law on my cannabis.
Show. What would you recommend for cannabis for using to prepare lasagna?
Look, if you want to make magic lasagna, you would do it through the oil or the butter or some stage like that. Oils, butters, a cream sauce, those mix really well with a concentrate, and I would use a concentrated cannabis.
But it's owned with a lot of chemicals here.
I would use it with a concentrated cannabis, not the flower itself. Keef works really good, and keef is really easy to make. You know? So, I mean, depending on where you are, Willie, you could go to a dispensary and just get some extract, tincture. It's very common to get like a even like a Rick Simpson oil or something. You can get like a concentrated oil.
Show. Oils and butter. Virginia is the next state away from me, so there is no reason why I could not drive to Virginia and bring some of that back home sometime in the near future. Bonsai house. I recommend a huge stem. Only way to cut the lasagna.
No, don't use a stem. That's very funny, Billy. Thank you. So, if you take the concentrate, get a saucepan with your oil or your butter, and get the concentrate and mix it in with the oil and butter that you're going to be using. You don't want to burn that oil off. Okay? You want any oil or butter or whatever, or cream, you want that in the food. Remember that. You don't want to cook it in the sauce and then burn the sauce away. So the sauce can be cooked and kept warm and then added when you're ready to serve the dish. So you don't cook out, if you're cooking a lasagna at 350 degrees, it's a little hot. You don't want to really go too far past 275. So it's a good idea to add those things after you do the initial baking, and then you can warm it. You can put it at 200 degrees or whatever to serve it. You don't have to worry if you're staying under 250. You're not going to hurt the oil. Going over 275, 300 activates it, and you can literally just start cooking it off if you go 400 degrees. So it's just, you want to be careful. You'll weaken it. And it's that simple, man, is mixing it together and just cooking with it. If you use a concentrate, you won't have a flavor. If you use flour, it'll give it some weird kind of, disgusting taste in your food that you don't want in there. I don't recommend it. But it's possible. And if all you have is flour and you don't want to make the concentrate, you can totally activate the flour. You can even just shred it up like oregano and spread it on over what it is you're eating. You really can do this. And when you put that cannabis on there in the oven and you cook it.
Show. I heard that the high is higher. So oil, butter, and / or creams.
Once you cook that.
Johnny's military service.
I'm getting hungry talking about
this. I get a natural high from lasagna.
Dude, when you cook the food mostly the hottest you need to cook it, and when you start bringing the temperature down, you can add your bud at like 275, 280, 280 degrees, and let it sit there on the lasagna for 10 minutes. That will activate all of that seasoning on there, and then just serve it. And that's another way to do it. It's going to taste like cannabis flower. You can grind it, you can pulverize it. Take the seeds and the stems out or whatever there might, especially the stems. Get those out. And just you can do this, or you can even powder it, to a powder. It's going to work no matter what you do. If you consume the cannabis that way, once it's decarboxylated, you'll feel the effects within 45 minutes. And you'll feel really good and relaxed and kind of loopy for maybe up to 4 or 5 hours. And you can even wake up in the morning and still have kind of like a buzz from edibles. So if I was gonna make edibles, I would just use this because I've got it. But if you had keef or some other concentrate, they're great. Just remember to activate them at 275. And don't overheat them at 400. Simple. 10 minutes at 275. For the concentrate or the flour. Because remember, the concentrate is going to be mixed in with an oil or a cream sauce or a butter or milk, right? You have to do that. You got to mix it. Don't just throw concentrate on your food. You can do that with the flour. You cannot do that with concentrate. Remember to make a sauce of some kind. Buttery sauce. It's all good. It can even be in your salad dressing. Yes. Think about it. You could cook the oil to 275 with your concentrate in it, right? Let it cool and use that oil with an oil and vinegar salad dressing. You know? Really simple. It doesn't have to be hot. Once it's already been decarboxylated, it's activated and it's good. You could even refrigerate it, let it sit for a week, 2 weeks. It'll still be good. It'll still get you high. So, you get a natural high from lasagna. I didn't eat breakfast this morning. I don't know what I'm going to eat. My stomach just growled. No one is safe. I heard that the high is higher, so oil, butter, and or creams. Yes, Willie. And so many different ways you can use those things. Milk, dressings, gravies, sauces, toppings. The dark black past is my most valued possession. Looking back is still a bit fuzzy. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching. I hope you had fun, and I will see you on the next show. Willie, thanks for hanging out, and Billy, thanks for the nice conversation, you guys. Johnny and everybody else in the chats whose names I can't see.
Thinking about propagating false banana trees. They flower instead of fruit. Huge flower bundles. Same looking tree, only the een parts are red.
I don't know. I think it would be disappointing
hell.
that you could put the same.
Thanks, guys.
You could put the same
The
effort
Willy Bragg Show.
into making food, bro.
Anytime.
You could put the same effort and energy and have food instead of flowers. I don't know, man. Anyway, you guys have fun. Take care. Bye, y'all. Oh, and Hoot and Howl, take care too. Johnny's Military Service, take care. Thank you. We'll see you guys on the next show.
House. May I'll buy a banana from a chimp.
What do I want to do? I want to work on the car. Yeah, that's what I want to do. All right, take care. Bye, guys.